honey bunnies, welcome to the floor of my bedroom, and I have some takeout. And I'm just gonna be talking. I don't have anything to talk about in particular, but I've just never done these type of videos or this type of video before, and I think I can word vomit enough or for long enough for it to be monetizable when I eventually have this channel get monetized. You know, I want to be one of those channels. It's kind of hot. Let me take this sweater off. I want to be one of those channels or those like internet personalities that's just like known for being super unhinged, but I also want to have like, or like just be cautious about my digital footprint. But then when I think about digital footprint, I just think about, and just like unhinged in general, like I think of Trisha Paytas or like, what's her name? And Trisha Paytas literally like made a career of being unhinged and a little nutty in the brain, and I love her. This isn't shade to her at all. Like, but she literally got on SNL, and she has like a very interesting digital footprint to say the least. Anyways, I started wearing pink again because I realized that like I loved pink, but if you know me, you know that I'm like super fucking emo, and like I've been compared to like Wednesday. I'm just like the stereotypical emo, emotionless, but part of me, when I was younger, I loved pink, and like I know that part of me is still in there, and I just don't want to suppress it anymore. So now I wear pink now. And I also have this pink water bottle that I've had for a very long time. I love water. I've been trying to drink more water. You know, when I was younger, I didn't really have that good of a role model in my life, so I didn't really know how to take care of myself that much. And I barely drank any fucking water. Like, I hated drinking water so much. And I wasn't one of those people that drank, like, Coke either. Like, I just didn't drink anything, and I was always dehydrated. But yeah, this is the food. It's takeout. I already ate some of it, but it's orange chicken. It's just Chinese food, and then, like, broccoli, and then fried rice and shrimp. Shrimp. You guys want some, too? I got this interview to do a piece on maladaptive daydreaming for the student-run newspaper in London. I thought the questions were really interesting because they actually made me reflect on my past and stuff and realize, how do people do this? Chewing and talking is so gross. But it just made me reflect on like my past and like my past experiences, and like made me realize, or just look at things more retrospectively, I guess. One of the key things or key factors in the article or whatever was how music influenced your daydreaming and your subconscious and stuff, and that's just a big deal for me because I'm planning on making a video about how music influences your subconscious too. And okay, I'm back. I dissociated for a little bit. When I'm chewing, that's just me dissociating. Yeah, I want to talk more about like my really, or just the sides that I don't really show on the internet. But like, in order for you to attract the eyes and like the souls that are meant to like see my content, and like that I'm meant to inspire and that I'm meant to be in the lives of, I have to like be true to myself and like more authentic. But the true authentic me, I don't hate anything. The thing about me, I used to be very opinionated, but I see myself as someone who's not very opinionated either. And I'm also a little scatterbrained. That's a better word. I listened to a lot of Melanie Martinez before. Oh, I was making a point, but then I forgot it, wasn't I? So, maladaptive daydreaming in the article. When I was younger, like 15, 16, or even before then, like in middle school too, I would listen to a lot of Disturbed. I don't know if you guys know who they are, but they have a really popular song called Down with the Sickness, and you probably heard that before. But they were like all I would listen to. I would only listen to emo music. I would listen to Disturbed. It's not even emo. This is like nu metal, like dad nu metal. Disturbed, 3 Days Grace, Skillet, 1,000 Foot Crutch. What else? I would listen to my music through AMVs too. That's one of those things that's like unique to me, I guess. Did anybody else used to listen to music through AMVs? I doubt it. But that's how I would entertain myself. I would listen to music and daydream. But I wasn't very conscious about like what I would listen to and what I would input into my body. So it's not until like literally like recently that I would actually listen to the lyrics like consciously, because music is literally just like imagine they're messages, you know, like it's imagine someone like whispering that stuff into your ear over and over again, and like the hook is just it gets hooked in your mind, like that's why it's called a hook. Like it's a very like repetitive phrase that'll get like trapped in your mind, and it'll like just live in your head rent free, you know. But I would listen to, or I started looking at the lyrics and just like reading the lyrics of the stuff I used to listen to, and I was like, damn, no wonder I was the way I was. Jesus. I actively try to not listen to that type of music anymore, even though I love metal music and just like heavy music, because I'm a very intense and extreme person, and in a way that type of music just matched who I was on the inside at the time. And it's interesting because up till, or I was perceived as someone who was very quiet and didn't really talk a lot, but all I would listen to was screaming music all the time. So just in my head, I was screaming in my mind. Oh my god. I was so fucking emo. Jesus. Oh, I was looking at some older videos, and I used to think the video had to be over 10 minutes for it to actually be monetized when I eventually monetized this account. But it literally doesn't even have to be, so I can just make this video however long I want it to be. But I do want to spend more time with my audience and just like cultivate a relationship with my audience. So longer videos are more likely for me, or they have a higher chance. See, word vomit. I don't know what I'm saying. Or no, I do know what I'm saying. I'm a Gemini moon, by the way. That's why I'm very wishy-washy. Or I don't really have like a solid opinion on things. But that's also not the reason, because I'm also logical. I feel like when you're alone for long enough, your brain starts talking to itself. Or that's like a thing, right? That's like a study. Or when you don't have someone to talk to. I feel like I don't have, actually, no, I have people to talk to. I just don't talk to them. I don't know. I'm scared of connecting with people. This food is cold. You guys want some broccoli? Here you go. Broccoli for you guys. You know, in order for you to heal and just like change and grow and stuff, you have to allow your mind to process all the stuff that it avoids, especially when you're in solitude and alone for too long. You have to work through that darkness, because a lot of people, when they start feeling it like creep up on them, they like try to find ways to like avoid it and like distract themselves, and they do that through like partying or substances, or just like having other warm bodies next to them to make them feel less alone. And a lot of the time, or sometimes, they're not even connected to the people that they hang out with, or not deeply connected. And that's the thing with me. I feel like when I'm with people, I just don't feel very deeply connected to them, just because a lot of people aren't really like, they don't see the world the same way I see it, I guess. And I don't mean that in like a very sanctimonious way, where I'm like holier than thou or whatever, but I just think my human experience is a lot more unique than most, or it's been a lot more unique than most, so it's harder for me to like actually connect with people without feeling misunderstood, or just like, I know a lot of the time people try to like project a character onto me, and I'm definitely not with that. That's why I try not to tell people that I have, especially guys, I try not to tell guys that I have BPD, because when they hear that, they just think you're gonna act a certain way with them and around them, and I fucking hate that. When I was younger, it felt like someone took a shovel and dug all my insides out. That's a quote from what's it called? I Saw the TV Glow. That's one of my favorite movies also. But I don't know where that came from actually. But now I'm more vivacious, even though it doesn't really look like it. But I feel alive every day, and I'm excited to wake up and live the day every day. But I'm thinking about how like dark, or like how dark my life was. And I was just in a really dark place at such a young age. Like, it's almost scary to think that, like, that's what was normal for me for a very long time. And nobody knew. Life is strange. Thank you so much for joining me to eat. I barely even, like, ate that much of it. I ate all the meat because I like meat more than I like vegetables and rice, but thank you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you for your patronage.